Disclaimer. This is a topic that goes way deeper in the depth I'm diving into in this video. This video is not a breakdown of Stockton gang politics. In this video, my plan is to take an overall look at EBK Jaaybo's life and legacy, commenting on what I feel could lead him into getting involved in street politics, and explaining how I feel EBK Jaaybo is one of the few artists to put on for the city of Stockton, and arguably, he's one of the most disrespectful and popular artists to make drill in all of California. Thanks. I hope you enjoy. Jaymani Gorman, better known by his stage name, EBK Jaaybo, is a rising Stockton, California drill artist who, in my opinion, is leading the new wave of Cali hood music alongside his EBK crew. Him and his crew are arguably the first artists to bring real drill music over to the West Coast, as well as him being the main artist to put on for the hellhole known as Stockton. This is the story of the biggest G and the reported Grim Reaper of Stockton himself, EBK Jaaybo. Originally born on August 22nd, 2003 in the southeast of Stockton on a block known as 2100 Nightingale, Jaaybo would be surrounded by poverty and gang activity fairly early, even saying in a later No Jumper interview that there wasn't really shit to do in Stockton except be broke and do crime. This most likely was what led Jaaybo into having a more criminal outlook early on. That isn't to say that Jaaybo had no good role models in his life. Quite the opposite, in fact. His mother was an employee at the city's juvenile hall, which points to the fact that Jaaybo did have at least one good role model in his family growing up, as I doubt she condoned all the street bullshit that he was in. Other YouTubers say that she was a junkie, but I've never found any evidence of that, so I can't be sure. On the other side of that, Jaaybo's father would be decently well respected as a Crip/rapper in Stockton area, his name being Rory. Him being well respected in the streets also added on to the fact that Rory seemingly was a great father and developed a close relationship with both Jaaybo and his siblings growing up, would implant a seed in Jaaybo's mind of wanting to grow up to be just like his father, for better and for worse. Things only sped up when Rory unfortunately would pass away. In 2015, when Jaaybo was 10 turning 11, he would be robbed by two local teenagers for I think his bike, and being that he was only 10, he would go to his father for help. Rory went on to confront the two teens, but in the process of the confrontation, the teenagers would pull guns and kill Jaaybo's father right there. The murder was supposedly the first homicide to happen in Stockton in the year of 2015, and it also served to put Jaaybo down the path he's on today. That path being the one of blood and death. A path his father was ironically very close to escaping himself. Jaaybo, in the year or so after his father's passing, would go on to join up with the EBK Hot Boys, who repped the block Jaaybo was born on, 2100 Nightingale. We know this off the fact that 2016 was around the time when Jaaybo would begin to go in and out of the juvenile detention centers, off stealing cars and other little bullshit at first. Also the fact that Jaaybo was around when the EBK Hot Boys was first formed, in late 2015, early 2016. Not as a member at first, I don't think, but he definitely was around. It would be in juvie around this time that Jaaybo would begin to develop the crash out mentality that he'd have for the rest of his life, as he'd get into hella fights, steal motherfuckers' food, and just be an overall menace to his fellow cellmates. Most likely, if I had to guess, it was the mix of losing his father added on to him being thrown into the fight club that we know as youth detention, that evolved Jaaybo into the don't give a fuck crash dummy he is today. As it is now with most youth offenders, currently and in the past, juvenile did nothing but stoke the flames of Jaaybo's criminality, leading him to become a way better and way worse criminal out on the street. Because of his father's proclivity towards music, Jaaybo would grow up always having an interest in rap, more specifically West Coast hip-hop artists like his father, leading Jaaybo to begin to post music himself at around the age of 14 or 15. The first song that Jaaybo would go on to release would be the June 15th, 2018 track, Mac, which in my opinion sounds like a Tyga-type party instrumental with hard-ass drill lyrics. I fuck with it, I can't cap. The flows used are unmistakably California, and bro slid on this track like he had been rapping for years up until this point. I guess this shit's just genetic. Even in this first track, Jaaybo was claiming bodies and shootings like his fucking 2012 Chicago, so it seems like since the beginning of his music career, he was already on a crash out trajectory. The only reason bro is out of jail enough to have a career is the fact that Stockton PD don't do shit and can't keep their criminals in jail. If he were in damn near any other city, I bet bro would be sat down for life. I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. Around 4 months after this first music video, Jaaybo would go on to release a song featuring a fellow EBK artist, EBK Jaaybo. This song would blow up in a big way, being Jaaybo's first real breakthrough track. It's sitting at a solid 2.9 million views, and would also be used in YouTube documentaries like Channel 5 doc with the Hop Twins. I deadass ain't even know that was Jaaybo in this song till making this video, I can't even lie. It also helped that around the same time, EBK had another artist named Young Slopey who was beginning to gain traction and expand, doing music with Sacramento artists like Briss, which served to up the entire EBK brand, even if Slope didn't have EBK in his name. This collab would be both positive and negative. Positive in the way of it gained them both attention. Negative in the fact that Slopey would end up inheriting Briss's Sacramento beefs, one such beef being the one with the popular Sac artist Mozzie, and another being with the flies behind the artist Azzy Marcus. Briss would end up being caught and popped in June 2020, leading Slopey to release a memorial track honoring his memory, and inadvertently putting the EBK crew at odds with Briss's rivals in Sacramento, leading to years of back and forth rap and street beef. Originally, when EBK members would first post their music videos, they would exclusively do it on a Cali-based YouTube channel known as Rap Shack, at least for the first 2-ish years of the EBK crew rapping. Songs like EBK Anthem getting 1.5 million views, as well as others like No Hook, 127 Mob, and Blessed All getting well over 500,000 views. It wouldn't be until the popular Bay Area platform, Thrizzler, would end up hosting EBK crew in late 2020 that Jaaybo and company would end up getting millions of views per drop, starting with this December 23rd, 2020 track, Step the Hardest, that Jaaybo released right after coming out of juvie yet again. This would be where I believe Jaaybo evolved from just another EBK rapper to the top artist in the scene. Given his history and his willingness to dive into street activities, mixed with his descriptive, dark-sounding songs and threats, elevates his music super heavily. And that's not even talking about the amazing flows and beat selection Jaaybo would go on to show. Jaaybo being this super hard gang member in and out of jail, always posting drill music, might lead you to believe that his music is one note, though I'd argue he shows the most versatility out of the EBK crew, with his downbeat, introspective tracks like the July 8th, 2021 track, Deathbeds, where Jaaybo would open up talking about his past members and family, as well as speaking on the more depressing sides of gang life. Not in the, oh show me pity way, but in a way to show you the realities of the situation he's in. I think the genuine authenticity of EBK Jaaybo is what makes him the most captivating artist out of Cali, not just Stockton in the Sacramento scenes. Many people claim that the years of 2021 and 2022 are the golden age of the Stockton music scene, as well as the golden age of EBK, as many songs from around this time would gain massive traction, songs like Deathbeds, Cha-Cha, and Traumatized being great examples of that, seeing as the videos are currently sitting at a nice 6 million, 1 million, and 5.5 million respectively. All this success would make it seem like EBK just had a smooth sail ahead of it. All this would shift, however, on August 5th, 2022, when the biggest EBK artist of the time, Young Slopey, would be caught at 8 a.m. leaving somewhere, where he would be followed, shot, and killed. The death of Slopey shook the entire EBK crew, not least of all EBK Jaaybo, who took to music and social media to mourn his passing, vowing to get revenge on the people who were involved in the shooting, though I'm 90% sure Jaaybo was locked up for a decent chunk of 2022, so we'd not see much music around this time. On February 25th, 2023, Jaaybo would break away from the Thrizzler YouTube channel and begin to post music on his own channel, the first of which being a track, Accidental Smoke, which happens to be the first track I personally listened to by Jaaybo, other than Dundada before I knew it was him. This song starts with the line, "They killed the bro, I can't let him get away with that." And that's the best line to explain what Jaaybo was on post-release. Every song was back-to-back respond to the shit and dissing opposition. Losing Slopey noticeably made the whole EBK crew way more militant in how they moved and how they dissed in music. Accidental Smoke would end up rounding out at around 3.5 million views, and it would begin the current EBK wave / sound we hear up until this day. Jaaybo's next song, Mr. EBK, is not a song that I personally fuck with, as I don't really like the beat, but 7.2 million motherfuckers bumped it, so maybe I'm just tone deaf, I don't fucking know. The video is pretty fun, and the song ain't bad. I just feel like a lot of Jaaybo's other tracks around this time were a lot better. That being said, I mean, it is pretty popular. Jaaybo would also put in a lot of effort to make sure EBK Lil Play, EBK Libo, and other EBK members would keep their videos up on his channel as well. I'm gonna skip over their tracks in this video and just focus on Jaaybo, but just know Jaaybo was not afraid to put his people on. Every single one of the EBK crew can rap like a motherfucker, they all talented as shit. The song that would go on to break EBK Jaaybo through to the underground drill zeitgeist would be the July 27th, 2023 track, The Apocalypse, which served to put many people on in places other than Cali onto Jaaybo and the EBK crew. They were only really buzzing in California music circles before, if I got my lore right. The Apocalypse would have hella motherfuckers react to it and discover Jaaybo through the reaction sphere as well. Throughout this next year, Jaaybo would have massive success making songs with Alabama and New York artists Lil Rai and BBG Steppa, and also getting millions of views on damn near every single track he dropped. Some examples being Had Enough, Out on Bail, and Fly Exterminator, getting 5.2 million, 5 million, and 4 million respectively. Nothing really out of the ordinary happening until Jaaybo's break into the mainstream. On April 24th, 2024, Jaaybo would go on to release Boogeyman, propelling his career directly into the mainstream with this one track, getting a strong 18 million views. This song follows the same formula as his past songs, with a spectacular sample, great flows, and really dark drill-type lyrics. It's a borderline masterpiece if you ask me. It would be around or right after the release of Jaaybo's 2024 album, The Reaper, that Jaaybo would be picked up yet again by law enforcement. I think this time off a gun charge. Seeing that bro gets arrested every other month he's out, I'm not even sure which case got him in this situation if I'm being real. I do know off YouTube comments and Jaaybo's own lyrics that EBK's Jaaybo's brother would end up being killed around the time he got locked up, leading to Jaaybo to kind of fume and stew in jail as motherfuckers clowned him and his dead brother because he was behind bars and couldn't respond. This would all change, however, on February 17th, 2025, with the release of both Jaaybo from jail as well as the first track since his incarceration, The Biggest G. This song arguably is the best First Day Out track I've ever heard, even rivaling T Grizzly's First Day Out with how on bullshit Jaaybo is the entire track. Jaaybo holds nothing back, rapping the plethora of dead motherfuckers his opposition has, as well as making fun of a Southsider for being a pedo, and saying he's gonna get revenge for his brother's passing. This is genuinely the most hype gang First Day Out I've ever heard. That wouldn't even be close to the end, however. EBK Jaaybo, that same month The Biggest G would drop, would also drop the song Fuck Everybody, where he would begin the song listing off 10 assumingly dead opposition, spending the rest of the song insulting and self-snitching, talking about all the shit he and his gang has done to the opposition. It might not then be surprising to y'all when I tell y'all that not even a day after this dropped, Jaaybo would be arrested yet again after allegedly doing a high-speed chase. The music video for Fuck Everybody would then be taken down. Gee, I wonder why. This motherfucker just dropped an autobiography for his criminal history, and then went on a high-speed chase and got arrested with shit in the car. I wonder why you deleted it. This video, Fuck Everybody, will be re-released on March 19th, 2025. And seeing that it's still gaining views and on trending, motherfuckers must really enjoy crash out activities. Me being motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure Jaaybo is set to be re-released soon, though that's just pure speculation I've seen from comment sections on YouTube reactions, so I deadass cannot be sure if that's factual. I'm hoping he gets out. Even if bro is really a menace, I gotta admit no one has a captivating enough story to compete with dude, but his authenticity, mixed with his willingness to throw away all of his accomplishments for street shit, does make him one of my favorite artists. He's probably not the most positive role model or good human being, but bro is who he is and doesn't shy away from shit, and I respect it. Also helps that his music is fire, and ain't no one in Cali that can compete with EBK and EBK's crew. Here's hoping our old pal Rico never rears his head, as he can become a really big staple of the Cali music scene by himself if he really wanted to. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment who y'all trying to see next, and subscribe with the bell to be notified of all my future uploads. If I missed anything, do let me know and I'll put it in the comments of this video, or I'll put it in the description of this video, and or I'll say it in the next video. Probably not though. Next week's vid will either be another EBK member, Lil Birdie out of Atlanta, a Dallas artist, a Bronx artist, or Mozzie. Let me know who y'all want, and that will come. With all that out the way, peace out, chill out.
Fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.